Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we will learn how to create a data table in Power Automate Desktop. So please watch this video till the end so that you can understand it completely. And if you have not subscribed my YouTube channel yet, please subscribe it. So let's get started. If you want to create a data table variable which will have rows and column, in that case, what you can do is you can go to the variable section, and from here you can drag set variable, right? And here you can name your data table name dt record, and then here you have to specify the value. For that, what you have to do is you have to put double percentage sign, and inside that you have to put curly bracket and then a square bracket where you will specify the value. So let's say first name as Peter, and the country name is Australia, and the second column, which will be like this, as John, and his country will be England. And now I will click on save, and then I will right click on it and say run from here. So now the bot is running, the execution has been completed. Now here I can see that I have two values, as I have two columns, which is column 1 and column 2. Because we did not specify the column here, that is why the default name it has taken like column 1 and column 2. And the first row contains Peter and the country as Australia, and the second row is John and country is England. Okay. Now if you want to add a column name, in that case what you can do is you have to use the XOR operator, and then you have to use a square bracket, right? And you have to use a comma. In this square bracket, which is along with the XOR operator, we have to give the name of the column. Like I can give as name, and the second one I can give as country. I'll click on save, and then I will right click and say run from here. Now if I come back here and see that it has column name as name and the second column is country, right? Now let's do one thing. I will add another column as city here, and you can see that the value for the third column I have not specified yet, but I click on save, and here you can see that row contains less items than the number of columns in the data table, which means we have to specify the value for the third column as well. So here I can specify as Melbourne, and here I can specify as London, and then I will click on save. Now you see that error is gone. I will right click on it, I'll say run from here, and this time you see that there are three columns and it has the respective values, right? So now we have understood that how we can create a data table, how we can add values with the column and also without the column, right? So let's say now this is the data table which is having these values, and later you realize that you have to add more values to this data table. In that case, what you can do is you will use another set variable, right? And you will name it as dt record. And here what you will do is you will put double percentage sign and then the data table name, which is dt record, then plus, and then you will specify the double, you will specify the square bracket, and inside this you will specify the values for these three columns. So the first is Mike. What is the country? I can say that it's US, and inside this I can specify that the city is New York, right? Now I will click on save and then I will run the bot. And now this time here you can see that it has 3 rows, right? And the column name is name, country and city. For example, if you want to perform a loop on this, you can go to the loops, right? And inside this you can take for each loop, and you want to do the iteration on dt record data table, and your current row will be stored in the current item 4. You can click on save, and then you can go to the message boxes, take the display message, and here you can specify it as first name, first name, or you can just say name, and then you can take current item 4, and then you have to specify the column name, which is name. Then in the next line you can say country, then you can use current item 4 and the column name, or you can also specify the index. So I'll say 1. In the next one I'll say city, and then I will specify the current item 4 and the column name. So here what I have done is I have specified for the first value I have specified the column name as name. For the second column I specified the index of the column, which will give me the country, and for the third one I will specify the column name, which is city. I'll keep the message box on the top, and then I will click on save. I will put a breakpoint here, and then I will right click on the action number 1 and say run from here. So now the bot is running. It will create a data table variable, and then I will click on run next action, and here you can see it has given all 3 values. Like this, it will show the value for the second row, which is John, England and London, and then the last one is Mike, US and New York, right? So this is how you can perform the iteration on a data table. So now let's say here you have a data table which is DT record, right? I will delete this for each loop, and then what I will do is I will create another variable. So this is a data table. DT record is a data table. Now what I want to do is I want to reassign this DT record to variable which is new3. You will see what happens here. I will right click on it. I will say run from here, and then the value has been assigned. I will click on run next action and then look for var3. I will look for var3. When I click on it, you see that it has been able to maintain the type of the data, which means in the variable DT record, I had a data table variable. When I did the reassignment, which means I assigned this value to the new var3 variable, it is able to maintain the type of the data. It is still in a data table variable and the value is in the row and column format, right? So this is how you can create a data table in Power Automate Desktop, where you can add rows, you can also specify the number of columns, and also you can do the reassignment to other variable without losing the format of it, right? So let's check the last thing, which is to add empty value. For example, here I have Mike and the country name is US, but I don't know about the third column name, column value, which is city. So if I now click on save and run it, we will see that the country, the city for Mike will not be available. So I will look for DT record, and you can see there is no city assigned for the Mike, right? So this is how you can assign the empty value for a specific cell or row in Power Automate Desktop. If you like this video, please click on the like button and please subscribe my YouTube channel. If you have any question, please post it in the comment section. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.